Hi, welcome to Simple and Savored with the Bald Guy, Simple Haircut, and it is Thursday Thoughts, Think Like a Chef series, where we break down a meal and be as efficient as possible in the kitchen. So you're not extending your cooking time, but you're using your time efficiently to make it happen quickly. So tonight we are doing pepper lime chicken, and then the focus is going to be on quinoa, a warm quinoa salad, which are a lot of variations, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's take a look at ingredients. Lime and pepper and a little olive oil on chicken tenders and putting those on the grill. The first thing we want to start though is what takes the longest, and that is the water. So we're going to get the water boiling, marinate the chicken, get those on the grill, and while those two things are going, working to prep the vegetables and the other, the salad dressing or the dressing for the quinoa black bean salad. Let's get cooking. So first things off, let's get the heat on. Oh, as always, let's get the timer going, because we're always battling time, aren't we? So let's get that started. Whoa, it is on. And I'm going to pour 2 cups of water in. So for quinoa, it's typically 2 cups for 1 cup of quinoa. And you can make the base quinoa and then add really kind of whatever you want or whatever you have in the house. That way you're using the ingredients you already have purchased and not throwing things away. And I'll be back. I'm going to go turn on the grill too. Okay, the grill is on, the water's going. Let's start prepping the chicken here. Okay, so we have some chicken. I'm just going to pour a couple tablespoons of lime juice. So I'm just going to put them all on. I'm going to put the pepper on, and you can add more pepper if you want. I just really love the flavor of pepper. And just a little olive oil. And then I'm going to slip those into a bowl. And you could do this all in the bowl. I just wanted to show you. And then a pinch of salt. Okay, so those are ready to go on the grill. And the water is not boiling yet, so let's talk quinoa. So 2 cups water, 1 cup quinoa. If you wanted to do a double batch and make it for 2 nights, or this is really a great something to take to lunch that's nice and cool if you're in the summer. Black bean and quinoa are really high in protein, so you wouldn't necessarily need a meat-based protein because this will suffice there too. So really, if you just make quinoa, I'm going to add just a pinch of salt, probably about a teaspoon or so. I haven't measured stuff for so long. I always like to add a little black pepper to flavor the water. And you can always stir the water to see what the flavoring of the quinoa is going to be, because that water is all going to be absorbed into the quinoa. So that gives you just a good indication of what that flavoring is going to be. And the water is coming up here. And so let's just add the quinoa. And this is a really nice quick cook. So we'll bring that back up to boil. From cooking rice, I always add a little olive oil or a little oil to it. It also just makes it a little richer if you add the oil to it. That's the way I like to do it. So that's almost up to a boil, and I'm just going to turn that down. So you get the water going on high and then turn it down to low, like a 2 or 3 on your stove. So it's just kind of simmering there. Then put the lid on. Okay, the quinoa's running. I'm going to run out and put the chicken on the grill, and I'll be back. Okay, let's talk quinoa. The chicken is on the grill. The quinoa's simmering now on a low heat, and that'll absorb all the moisture and all the flavoring in there. So now let's talk about quinoa. You could have it that way, but I'm going to dress it up a little bit with essentially a vinaigrette and then some fresh vegetables. So I went to the fridge and said, what do I have in the house? So I had celery, carrots, some cucumber, and some parsley. And then this is black bean quinoa, so I'm going to add black beans and cumin to this. And then the dressing is essentially lime and olive oil and a little salt. Okay, so let's get prepping while everything else is going. I'm gonna make up this dressing first, so a couple tablespoons of lime juice, and about, for this, let's just say about a 1/4 cup olive oil to start with. Olive oil is just a good, healthy oil for the cholesterol. Tino is freaking out. I'm not sure what's going on with him right now, but he's already eaten, so I don't know what you want, buddy. We're cooking here, buddy. And then just add probably a teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna measure this a little more, so about a teaspoon of cumin. And then a little lemon juice. I'm just gonna put it all together. We don't have to be too terribly fancy. Just mix it up a little bit. Gonna give that a little taste. And just a wee more salt. Black pepper. That's gonna be really nice and fresh. And just a little more cumin. I like that flavor, cumin. Probably about another half teaspoon. Mix that up. And that we're gonna dress over the quinoa. So that is ready to roll. And now let's prep some veggies. So I had cucumber. This is an English cucumber, which is a little smaller seeds inside, and the skin isn't as bitter. A couple stalks of celery. And so let's do the peeling first. Just gonna take some of this off. Oop. I'm thinking about the chicken at this point, so I'm gonna go check the chicken. It's probably about ready to turn. It's been about 3-4 minutes, and I'll be back. Perfect timing on the chicken. It is flipped. The quinoa is simmering away, slowly absorbing the water. So let's start the prep here. So let's see, peeled some of the cucumber. I'm gonna peel this purple carrot. I love these things. People think, is that a skinny beet or something? No, it's there's purple and white and all kinds of different colors of carrots too. So kind of funky, something a little different. And so we've got that all peeled, so that's essentially all ready to chop. I am gonna open the black beans and drain those if there's any extra juice on those. And let's prep the veggies. So remember, do not cut your finger off technique. Curve in. If you hold them like this to start with, just keeping your fingers together, that's just a good conscious way, and then you're gonna bend up. And I'm gonna take that, typically a little more bitter there, and do them one at a time. So I'm gonna cut them on a bias instead of cutting them straight. I'm just gonna bend this. Makes them just a little different looking. And I love the greens of lettuce. They're just really fresh flavor. So I always keep those. Okay, celery's prepped. Carrot, I'm just gonna take the ends off. And to slow that down, little chef snack, and then, whoo, that thing's getting out of control here. Okay. Okay, I've got the vegetables prepped. I'm gonna go check the chicken. I'm guessing it's probably about done, and I'll be back. Okay, the chicken is perfect, and the last thing we have to do is mince a little parsley. I love parsley. You could also add, this would be really good with cilantro. I just didn't have any in the house. So let me do another bit here. And these I'd rinsed off previously. I usually will try to prep everything as I bring it in the house from the grocery store. That way I'm not having to prep everything all the time, but it's all just ready to go and ready to chop. So one time-saving idea, invest about 15 to 20 minutes getting all your vegetables and things ready so you can make quick work of your weeknight meals. Okay, everything's prepped. We're just waiting for quinoa at this point. So good thing we started that first. Let's take a quick look. I'm kind of afraid, but I want to show you what we're looking for here. So it's been simmering away. The pot's just kind of bumping around like this. And see how there's no more water. It's just more, there's no water on top. So at this point, I'm just going to, and what I'm not tasting for, but yeah, needs about another 3 minutes probably to absorb the rest of the water. The flavor's right on. It's nice, has a good salty flavor, and it's still, we could use it right now, but I'm going to give it another 2 minutes, let's say, and let it finish absorbing and completely cook. All right, we are at about 18 minutes. The quinoa is done, but I want you to come in and look. It's steaming, and as you stir, there's no standing water in the bottom. So that means it's absorbed all the water. And if you know that ratio, 2 to 1 for quinoa, it works pretty much every time. So instead of dirtying up another bowl, I'm going to mix this all up in the pot that it's in. And so, like I said, you could just add a can of black beans, all the veggies, good portion of the parsley, and save a little bit for the plate to make it pretty. And then let's put the dressing on top. I'm going to give it another whip to put it back in a solution here. And we'll stir. And let's give it a quick taste. Well, that's really nice. I'm gonna add just a wee bit more lime. I really like that. And the cumin's right, the salt's good, pepper's good. So one last stir. I'll plate this up. Add some chicken to it. You'll probably notice that we use a lot of chicken tenders. They're just really super simple. Pull them out of the freezer the night before, the morning before, and they're usually done. And then let's do a little pretty here. But let's see, we are at 22 minutes, about 22 minutes. And really nice meal. I think the neat part about this is if you did make a double batch, you have a really wonderful, nice, cool lunch for the next day. So always think about what can I have left over, and then as you're getting your plate ready, just put it in a container and take it to lunch. Really simple way to save some time and not have to think about tomorrow until tomorrow comes, and then you're ready for it. So thanks for joining us here. Let's give it a final taste. Let's see, not so big. The lime, the black beans, the quinoa, oh, really great. Lime and black pepper, just something so good about that. If you're new to this channel, do subscribe. I'd love to see you in the next video. It's all about simple recipes for your busy life, more time for you and the ones you love. And just simple food, simple, easy, healthy. And I hope this is good for you. As always, be nice to yourself because you deserve it. You're doing a lot out there in the world, and take some time and energy and really focus for yourself. Thanks so much. Subscribe, check out our other playlists. We'll see you in the next video.